Okay, now we're going to go ahead and write a program. Notice here I'm just flipping back and forth once again between my desktop and the virtual desktop. We've got our IO set up. So the next thing we're going to do is let's make some tags here, okay? So in your main program, I want you to create the following tags. The first one is going to be PB1, and it's going to be an alias. I want you to alias this PB1. And remember, we put it on 3i, data. And I think we're using data 1.0. So we're going to check that. Remember, pick the data 1, not the data 0. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with light 1. And we're going to address that. And let's check that. Our output was on 4. And it was going to be data dot 0. Okay. So that first word there is going to be the dot 0 for the light, and that's why in the second word, that's why we're using the 1 here, not the 0, is for the inputs. Let's go ahead and make another one called HMI in, and let's make another one called HMI out. So those are the tags. I do want to make these right here booleans as well, okay? Okay, so we got PB1, light 1, HMI input, HMI output. So now we're going to go to our main routine, and you're going to make a little ladder logic here. You're going to pull down a contact. You're going to pull down a branch. Put another contact there. Got an OR, and let's turn on a couple of outputs. I'm sure you can guess what this is. This is going to be PB1 or the HMI input. And that is going to turn on, let's say, the light 1, and it's going to turn on the HMI light. Where's my HMI light? HMI output. There you go. Okay, so that's our program. Now, the next thing you want to do is type here and start RS links. I already got it going right here. And so what you would want to do in RS links, go communication, configure drivers. And you want to connect to a virtual backplane right here, a soft logic virtual backplane. Click that and hit create and get it created. And that's what I have running right here, and it's just on 0. Okay, so once you have your virtual backplane installed, you can go to communications RS-Who, and on your virtual backplane right there, you see that we've got our processor and our input and output module simulations. Okay, so hopefully that looks good to you. So now I'm going to go to communications. I'm going to go Who Active, and I've got it right there. So I can click expand this if you need to, and find that right there, and I'm going to download to it. And let's see what happens. It says yes, I want to download. This looks pretty familiar. Notice that it's in the programming mode right there. So if it doesn't go automatically into the run mode, you got to be sure that it's green up here, or else it won't be running. Okay, but this looks just like it normally does when we're downloading to a processor. And it takes just a little while here. Okay, I do want to go into run mode. Remember, if it didn't ask you that, you would go up here and take a run. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to click on 3 right here and right click, and I'm going to do properties, and I'm going to look at IO data, and I'm just going to drag this down to here, my data table, kind of like that. And my outputs, I want to go properties, and I want to do IO data, and I'm going to drag that down to here. Okay, and so let's see if this works. So if I toggle this first input right here, it looks like it came on and would have turned on the light and the HMI output. So there's our first output there. Okay, so if this isn't working for you, remember that this is this is the second word. It's not data 0.0, it's data 1.0, which is the second word, and that the output was on being consumed by the first word. Okay, so what you want to do right now is see if you can get this looking like this, where you can toggle this input off and on and get your program to respond. So go ahead and get that working.